Hi, everybody. It's January 3rd, 2026. Um, in this life, our parents tell us not to make excuses. They tell us to take responsibility for the things that we're supposed to do. They tell us that in order to get to where we are comfortable in our adult lives, that we have to forego fun sometimes, that we have to um, work for our keep in short words. But as we get older into adulthood, when it's just us, taking care of responsibilities is basically a means for survival because there's nobody else for there for us. But the the magical thing about responsibilities as an adult and taking care of business is that it tunes you into your inner reality. When you're going through these tasks and you are getting stressed out, you're getting bored, aggravated, and annoyed, those are the low energy responses. But lots of times we find meaning in the mundane things that we go through, taking care of our responsibility, and we find people that we connect with, and we find places and locations and hobbies that become our responsibilities that enrich our lives. So when you think about responsibilities, you may feel caged in sometimes when you think about the responsibilities that don't mean much to you or don't give fruit in the way that you want to, but your other responsibilities that tune your mind and your inner reality into something that gives this life meaning is a gift. It's a token realm of experience that we need to realize that taking part of is a privilege, because you will find that once things are taken away from you, what once was a burden, now that it's gone, it leaves a hole in you, and it leaves you feeling lack in terms of the quality of your life and the light that it gave to your internal or inner reality. So this gets me thinking about emotional illnesses. Many times I see people react to life. I may not know what they're going through, but the words that they speak and the attitude that they have, I could see emotional illnesses, and one of them is losing standards. Some of us, when we get overwhelmed or frustrated at the wrong point in time, we lose our standards, and when people lose their standards, that emotional illness can lead to just almost depravity that they are not accustomed to, that is not um, in their real personality or in their truest sense of self. Uh, they When they lose their standards, they attack people that they love, attack people that mean no harm to them. They attack their body. They mark it up with dark tattoos, or they mark it up with drugs, or they sleep in all day, giving them a dark mental weather. So when you lose your standards, that's an emotional illness. And the way that I keep from losing my standards is basically by developing a routine. When you have a routine, you do you take care of business no matter what the situation. When you have a routine, it gives you a baseline and a kind of a steady launching point every day to remedy the problems of your life. It gives you perspective. Like, if you have a routine, you could kind of like map out the terms and the plot lines of your reality in terms of your life and the occurrences in your life. So another emotional illness I can think about is just hate. Like, lots of us, many of us, most of us probably, we do not succumb to hate, and it is because we have been hated before, or we realize the history of hate in our world, in our countries, in our communities. But some people, when they give into hate, it's because it's slightly because internal court has given them justification to hate somebody or to hate a group of people or to even hate their life or to hate anything. Something inside of them has given them a just cause to allow hate to course through their mind and to sully their life. And the best way that I have kept from hating is just empathy. When you have a baseline of empathy at all times, you don't just see people on the street. You see yourself on the street. You don't just see people without money, realizing that they don't have money at the front of a long line at the cash register. You see yourself in that situation because many times you have been there. So to remedy hate is just always to keep a hand on the tool of empathy. And another emotional illness that I can think about is toxic shame. Toxic shame is so deep cutting sometimes that you actually feel good the more you are disrespected. You start to feel good when people criticize you unjustly. And this is because, partly because you want to be correct about something, and it seems like the only thing you could be correct about is people's harsh judgment of you, or your harsh judgments that you give yourself. So toxic shame, it leads to a loose grip on morals. It leads to an impeded closure to many storylines, because you can't resolve anything if you believe that you're not worthy of that sort of peace, that sort of gift from God. So your ongoing problems keep on persisting because you feed them your emotional waste, and they just fester, and it becomes an ongoing situation that you have to climb yourself out of. And the best way to climb yourself out of toxic shame is to, like I said before, you have to start doing things. You have to start consistently showing up to do things until you start to feel and realize that you are capable, that many times what people say about you or what you say about yourself is false. And just those attacks aren't the meat of life. They aren't the ultimate judge of your life. They are just there as distractions, or either to wake you up. Because many times, sometimes we can get caught up in people judging you and trying to make you feel shame for yourself, or you do it to yourself. And if you think about it, you're not, at that moment they're judging you, you're not really doing anything. You're not really doing anything shameful or stupid or uncouth. What they are trying to do is they're trying to paint or cage you into a reality that they are creating around you with their words. And like I said, I don't really put too much weight on what other people say and what other people try to do to me. It's not because I don't care. It's because I'm living my life and I have to do what I have to do regardless. But sometimes people, if you let a dialogue with people, or a monologue, or what have you, if you let that create a world for you, you just have to realize most of the time you're just sitting there doing nothing, and those judgments about you are just them trying to paint a picture of your life that they want you to accept as truth. So the remedy to that is just, like I said, just start with accomplishing what you can, and building until they just the fallacies start falling away. So I hope this helps. Thanks.